Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel. Now then, I'm quite excited today because we are going to be reviewing this. It's a brand new offering from HB Toys. It's a HBR 1601. Now I'm excited for two reasons. The first of which is the scale of this thing. It's 1/16, and the second reason is the price. This thing retails on AliExpress at the moment for 47 quid. So it's 1/16 scale and it's cheap. So basically I'm excited to find out how does it compare to WPLs, and should WPL be worried about these new HB Toys trucks. So let's have a quick look at the box. Obviously it's 1/16 scale, IPX4 waterproof, 2.4 gig and 4-wheel drive. It says Apex 4-wheel drive. I don't know if that is a blanket term for all of them. But anyway, enough waffle. I'm dying to see what this thing is like inside. It looks super cool. I've had the yellow version, but let's get it out of the box and find out. Right then, in the box we get our instructions. We get a little bag with a few stickers in, a USB battery charger and a metal wheel hex stroke wrench. We've got the transmitter. Now first impressions are this is a really cheap, nasty feeling transmitter, I must admit. It feels horrible, feels dead plasticky and horrible. But we've got throttle trim, a steering trim, and it looks like you can hear that. We've got a button for the lights as well as on off, etc. Not a nice transmitter. But last but not least, we've got the actual truck itself, and it is a really nice looking piece of kit. For 47 quid you've got a really nice looking hard body 1/16 scale truck. And initial impressions, if this thing goes as well as it looks, if I was WPL, I would be worried, and I'm going to offend some WPL fanboys out there. So I might have a quick look at the instructions, but I can't find the battery. Is it under the front here? Ooh, come on. Let's see if I break something. No. Looks like we've got an on-off switch though, which is interesting. Let me have a look at the instructions, see if I can find the battery. Okay, I've had a quick flick through the instructions, and I don't know if I'm being a bit thick here, but I can't actually find out where it tells you how to get to the battery. However, I'd have a quick mess with it. If you pull this little catch down here, the whole body comes off. How cool is that? That actually gives us a nice opportunity to have a look underneath actually. So there is our battery, held in by what looks like a little clear elastic band. It's a 500 milliamp hour 2S battery with a 3-wire connector on it. There's our, what it says in the manual is an IPX4 waterproof transmitter and receiver, and there's obviously some leads there which go into the body for lights. We have what looks like either a I think it's a 370 motor and gearbox, so this thing is going to have a bit of power, to be honest, and it exits out of a little gearbox underneath to the axles. And strangely, I don't know if you can see there, I've just noticed that's swizzing around a bit. Actually, move the whole thing round. It's got an axle mounted steering servo, which is mounted longitudinally along the axis on the axis of the truck. So that's very strange, but I do like the way that this body sort of clips on and off, and you can get to the battery underneath. Let me take the battery out, let's charge him up and see what happens. Okay, while I wait for the genuine battery to charge up, I have actually got a partially charged 3-wire WPL battery of the same type. So I'm going to quickly check the lights and the steering out, etc, etc. Now strangely, I've noticed you can't actually turn this light bar off, but you can cycle the front lights via this button. There we go. I don't know why you'd want a flashing mode on it at all, but you can turn them all on and off. This has got indicators at the front, but strangely 0 lights at the back. Ooh, the tyres are nice and soft as well. You do get a nice set of compliant tyres on it. Right, let's check out the crawl quickly. Let's see what it's like. Give it a bit of an obstacle. Here we go. You can adjust, like I say, you can adjust the throttle trim, and make sure you adjust that before you actually turn it on, otherwise it'll try and fly off across your desk. Ask me how I know. Let's give it a whirl, see if we can. Seems to be plenty of power there. A little less control when in reverse, but they're definitely, you know, it's got a nice low down crawl, thanks to that 370 motor. I would have thought they have got bags of power, especially in something as small as this. But initial impressions, steering's a little bit slow. Like I say, we've got an adjustment knob there. Steering's a bit slow, and there doesn't look to be a fantastic amount of steering lock, especially for a little crawler. But it has got a nice amount of low down control. You know, you can make it go quite slow. So far, I'm impressed for 47 quid. It doesn't seem to be a bad little truck. But anyway, let's wait till the battery charges up, and then we'll go and try it. Also, while the battery's charging, I thought I'd have a bit more of an in-depth look around the truck, and I found several interesting things. The first of which is, when I got it out of the box, the truck actually sort of leans to one side. This is because there are two different spring strengths on this, and on one side of the vehicle you've got a harder set of springs than on the other set, so it sort of makes the truck lean to one side, if you like. This could be to counteract any sort of torque steer, you know, to get that torque twist. It is a little bit annoying because it sort of makes the truck sit to one side. Also, looking at the wheels, I thought I'd take one of the wheels off, have a look at the axles, etc. These actually take, or the same size as WPL wheel hexes, so you could use WPL rubber on this, and vice versa if you like the wheels. As well, I found out why there's no rear lights. I've actually got a broken wire here on the board. That's why I think that we've got a non-functional set of rear lights, unfortunately. I'll see if I can get them working, but that's a bit naughty, really. I'm a bit disappointed in that. But also, we can fold the wing mirrors in and out, which I thought is a nice touch. Anyway, see if I can sort that. And like I say, hopefully the battery will be charged soon. Okay, well, it was actually that broken wire that was stopping our tail lights from working. Now when we go in reverse, they come on, and they come on with the main lights. If you want to cause yourself maximum frustration, what I suggest you do whenever you're soldering tiny wires is wait till you've finished, apply some hot glue, and then as you're trimming the hot glue off with a pair of tiny snips, you actually cut through the wires you've just soldered. Not frustrating at all. So anyway, I've done that. I did try and address the little bit of a lean we've got to one side by swapping over the shock absorbers, but it hasn't really done anything, I must admit, so we've still got that slight lean. But anyway, the battery is finally charged, so we're going to actually go and try this thing now. back inside, what do we think of this little HB Toys Bronco? Well, let's have some good and bad points, shall we? Let's go with the bad points first. The first of which is obviously there's a broken wire on the rear lights. It's never ideal to open up a brand new truck and find that there's something wrong with it. I mean, it wasn't too bad in this case because obviously it doesn't stop the truck from functioning, but it's still annoying that we had a broken wire on the lights. This is only a minor point, but I don't like not being able to turn the roof bar off at the same time as the lights. I don't think it will use a tremendous amount of power, and the battery life on this thing seems pretty good. But I would have liked to be able to turn the roof bar off at the same time as the lights. Also, this is a minor thing. I would have liked to have seen a 3-wire steering servo on the front there, not that 5-wire job. It just makes... If you wanted to update or upgrade the steering servo, it just makes it a little bit easier if they put a 3-wire one on. Right, let's have some positives, and there are lots, I must admit. I love the fact that you can just unclip the front and the whole body comes off so you can get access to all the gubbins underneath. That is a really nice idea. No screws, just a little clip, job done. There's a good amount of power from that 370 motor as well, and the gearbox seems as though it's geared correctly, and you get a reasonable low-down modulation as well, which all aids in this thing's off-road capability. The third thing I really liked about it is the fact that they've done a smashing job on making this thing look like a little Bronco. In fact, all of the models that they do seem to look quite nice. Like I say, they do a Defender and a Jeep Rubicon as well, but they all look absolutely top-notch. Another plus point I've got written down is the price. I mean, 47 quid is not a lot of money to spend on what is a genuine, a really nice little hard body 1/16 scale Bronco. I mean, it puts it smack bang in the middle of sort of the WPL and MN ranges, and for 47 quid it's absolutely bang on. And last but not least, the best thing about this truck is its off-road capability. It is genuinely very capable off-road. I mean, as a trail truck, it would be absolutely brilliant, and it makes an excellent attempt at a crawler. I mean, some of those rocks are quite gnarly and, you know, difficult for a little truck like this, but it seemed to cope with them no problem at all. I'm actually going to stick my neck out, you know, I'm going to upset a few people, but out of the box, I think this is better than a lot of WPLs, straight out of the box, that is, and possibly, dare I say it, some of the MNs as well. But it is really capable straight out of the box. Right then, conclusion time. Would I recommend the little HB Toys 1/16 scale Bronco to you guys? And I'm going to say absolutely yes. It really is a capable little machine for 47 quid. I mean, I'd go as far as to stick my neck out and say if you're looking at WPL and MN models for a small scale crawler stroke trail truck, take a look at these at the same time. I don't think you'll be disappointed. And in some cases, in some aspects, sorry, I think these are a little bit superior. So HB Toys, once again, they've nailed it, really. This is a really nice little truck. Despite all the issues I had, the broken wire, etc., etc., I think they've done a really nice job on these trucks, and you can get some accessories for them. I think they do oil shocks and metal components and stuff like that. So I think there's going to be a raft of accessories for them. But honestly, if you are looking at a little crawler trail truck in 1/16 scale or thereabouts, check out these new HB Toys trucks. I don't think you'll be disappointed. As ever, there will be a link in the description to where you can go and get one of these from. If you found the video of some use and interest, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It makes a huge difference. Once again, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again very soon. Thank you.